leaving Marriott was the hardest decision I ever had to make. But leaving was not about, it wasn't about the job, it was about family. So I had to make a decision because my wife wanted to go to, or she wanted to pursue an advanced degree. And she was looking at schools in Northern California. Now, we lived in Southern California. So I was going to have to leave Marriott and go and try to find another hotel related job. We ended up moving to Northern California, or Sacramento specifically, because she was going to attend UC Davis, which is about 20 minutes or so from Sacramento. But one thing about Sacramento that I soon found out, that there are not a lot of Marriott properties there. There were some hotels there, but it was hard to find a job. So my first job when I moved was not in hotels. It was actually with a distribution resource company, or a logistics company. Not to bore you with all the exact details, my first job was in San Francisco, but that didn't work out. So I ended up finding a job as a Domino's pizza store manager in Sacramento, because I was driving like 2 hours from Sacramento to San Francisco every day. Well, driving, that was 4 hours round trip, right? And the thing that made me rethink my job in San Francisco is that I had a blowout, a flat tire on the Bay Bridge. And that was the scariest shit I've ever gone through. And I said, you know what? This is never going to happen to me again, because I'm not going to work in San Francisco. So after about a year and a half of looking for hotel jobs, I finally landed one as a night manager at the Sheraton in Rancho Cordova. Now, the Sheraton in Rancho Cordova is now a Marriott hotel. So as a night manager, I quickly, it was a great position, right? It was great because you could see I was in charge of all operations at night, right? So pretty much I was like the general manager, but at night. So from 2 o'clock to about 2 o'clock in the afternoon to about midnight, that was my shift. So anything that happened along those those hours, it was my responsibility. Okay, so I was acting like the general manager, but at night. And as a night manager, you're dealing with everything. You're dealing with, if there's, staffing issues, you had to make sure you took care of it. If there were guest issues, you had to take care of it. If someone needed help with, the kitchen needed help with dish up for banquets, I would jump in and assist. And doing those things, you start forming credibility, right? Because you're willing to do whatever it takes to make sure everything flows like it's supposed to. If there's security issues, I was there because we had a nightclub or a bar that, had music and of course served drinks. And of course people would get out of hand. So I'm there firsthand, not as the security, but someone that was in charge of security as well as everything else that was going on in the hotel. So it was quite interesting. So I guess it was a little more than being a general manager, because how many general managers that would be involved in, dish up and taking care of security issues and all that kind of stuff. So with that position as a night manager, I was able to learn more about the operation of a full service hotel, because remember, I came from Courtyard, which was pretty much a limited service or select service hotel. So they didn't have a lot of the banquets. We didn't have multiple restaurants and bars on property. Well, the Sheraton did. So it afforded me, the experience that I didn't have, which led to me being interested in sales, and which led to me ultimately being a general manager some years later. I remember, now that I think about it, I remember being interested in sales and kind of, being put off. Like, I'm showing that I'm interested in sales, but no one's taking me serious, because sometimes you will get pigeonholed into certain positions, right? Not knowing what you want to do, but it's what they want to do with you. Meaning, oh, you're good at what you do. Oh, you're good at being a night manager. or you're good in operations. Well, yeah, I am, because that's what I'm focusing. That's my main job. But my goal was to get into sales, because I wasn't in sales yet. I hadn't been in sales in my career. So this was an opportunity, I thought, to at least see what sales was all about, and maybe at some point, if positions opened up, make myself available for one of those positions.